Hey guys, I'm SonOfAPluto and welcome to Pluto MMA. If you don't know about me, I do funny moments on another channel as well as reactions and talk about movies a little bit on it. It's where I started out and it's where I'm going to continue to be doing videos over there. But also I have a whole channel of its own just for MMA. And today I'm going to be talking about Dana White's Contender Series Week 9, the before last event of the year for Dana White's Contender Series. Because as the weeks have gone on, there's been less and less talk about each of these Dana White's Contender Series. And last week, for an example, there was two fighting nerds, I'm pretty sure, at least one fighting nerd, on the Dana White's Contender Series. They both ended up losing, both Brazilians. So, one second. Anyway, we're going to go over these fighters. I might do some predictions, but I think it's really interesting to know about these fighters. Dana White's Contender Series, I've been asked on TikTok, and people are like, how is it? Is it good? And stuff like that. And how are the matchups? And I think the matchups are actually not that bad. I think the matchups are like pretty good, pretty fairly even on the Dana White's Contender Series. Sometimes you have people like Ataba Gutierrez versus Tristan Vines, stuff like that in like actual cards. But this is like where people are coming to try to take each other's heads off to get the contract. I'm pretty sure you all know about the Contender Series already. If you don't know, that's basically it. You're not on the UFC, you fight for your contract. If you do good, you get a contract. Like if you get a good performance or a good whatever, then yeah, that's basically it. Sorry, but I actually fixed the camera for this time around because I want y'all to see everything a little bit better. Let's start with what looks like to be Renato Moicano fighting at 205 with a 5-0 record. This guy's name is Rafael Pellegrino or Paraginto or something like that. He comes from Brazil with a 5-0 record. The reason I usually use SureDog, but the reason I'm using this for today, and sorry for all the pop-up ads, I literally can't control that, and it just did it again and again and again and again. Anyway, I'm going to use SureDog or I'm not using SureDog today because I like to see if they've had a belt somewhere else. I also like to see if they have any experience grappling, which we'll be getting into in a second. Basically, this guy, he is 5-0, and his fights, it usually has like a whole chart here. Rear naked choke, ground and pound, ground and pound. So he is 5-0, all finishes, and all of them appear to be in the first round. His last one was in the second round. He has a belt over at some Brazilian type of promotion. I'm pretty sure that's a Brazilian type of promotion. So this is this guy. It looks like he's win against fair competition. The first two fights, these type of records are okay. And then you also have, this, which is kind of fair. The problem with like people starting their careers and stuff is that a lot of your record right here looks not that great. And also people that have huge records, um, like Nur Sultan, whatever his last name's Nur Sultan, he has a huge record. I love those huge records, but he will be fighting people that like are debuting or work like close to debuting, and it's bad. But let's go ahead and see here. He defeated this guy at some Brazilian promotion that has a 3-2 record, 8-4. That's good. Some people with experience and then some others without. I'm not going to go into too much detail or do like a big look over. I don't have enough time in my days to actually look at like fights and videos and stuff like that. Although I wish I did. But maybe if I get popular enough one day, I'll be able to. But that's him. Let's go look at Luke Ferdinand's, a American #2 light heavyweight. I guess he's ranked outside the UFC #2, or maybe in his promotion. He has a Cage Fury belt, which is a better promotion than whatever this guy was coming from. Um, Cage Fury Fight Championship is pretty good. A lot of people come from there. And like you see here, he has a lot of grappling experience. There is more down here. Or not a lot, but he has some grappling experience. He looks like he has an amateur record as well. Punches, rear naked choke, anaconda choke one time, getting a decision. And all of these fair records. He got a few belts in the amateurs. He also did grappling as well. He's gotten submissions in the grappling scene, which is low-key kind of like hard to do sometimes, depending on what competition. Like I've been watching UFC BJJ. I might do live streams of me watching it. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna take me down for that. But getting a submission in grappling competition is pretty good. He also has. I'm trying to look. Yeah, Phil Hawes, ex UFC fighter. Yeah, ex UFC fighter. Eric Anders, a current UFC fighter, grappling and stuff like that. So, pretty good. He's already won against UFC competition before, but just in a different way. Anyway, Cage Fury is a good promotion. It is a very great promotion. I'm pretty sure it's one of those like spots that are right outside the UFC that they usually pick people from. I'm pretty sure it's on UFC Fight Pass. But yes, you see that he is what was it say 5-0? Yeah, he's 5-0, and all of the wins come from like, oh, 4 of the wins come from KO, TKO, or submission, and then one of them came from decision. So there's that. But as you see, this dude has grappling experience. He also has hands as well. That's pretty good on paper, at least. This is what we're going off of. On paper, he looks pretty good. His record as well, going against people with some experience, and again, being a multi-time defender of his belt, getting 2 defenses out of it, 3, I think. Well, he got the belt and then defended it twice, and then also got another belt in grappling. So pretty dope. If I had to guess here, I would go for Luke Fernandez just because of his background in not just grappling, but his background in harder pieces of competition and such. But let's go with Luis Felipe Diaz. There's a lot of Brazilians here. We'll get into everyone though. Let's go look. So 15-5 record. Looks like he's had belts in other promotions and such. Let's look here. We'll start from the bottom. Oh, that's not good. That's not. Yeah, bro. Is this the Brazilian? This is what's gonna happen whenever you fight overseas. Anyway, this is good. It just says win. A lot of these will say win in other promotions. I kind of wish it was more specific, especially whenever these guys don't actually exist. They don't have their own pages. That's kind of weird. But this guy had experience. I don't know. Let's see if this guy was a bad loss or not. 12-3. So no, this guy wasn't a bad loss. But looks like he lost a decision. So he's went the distance before. But he gets a lot of finishes, but he didn't really go against great competition. He was fighting in a bunch of, I think Gladiator I've heard of. I think I might have heard of Brotherhood, but I can't remember. I don't like that at all. But also like some guy with a lot of experience, so it's fair. I'm trying to look. Good experience here, and then he lost to this guy. Let's see if he had a good record. They had the same record at that time. Oh, it didn't. It just took me to the stop. 10-5, not bad. All right, sorry, I'm just trying to look here. But he's lost to everything, basically a decision, submissions, and stuff like that. 9-1, going against a debuter is kind of insane. Where's he come from though? And again, like just people that don't exist. I don't like that at all. But he did get the belt at a couple of spots, as you can see here. But he has a lot of finishes. He's not much of a guy that goes the distance. He also has a little bit of grappling experience here. Record ineligible MMA. Why? Shoot, it doesn't say. Who's this guy? Oh, bro. Yeah, this dude has such a suspicious record now. There's too many people that don't exist and too many unknown results and stuff like that. But he has a lot of finishes. He definitely does have a lot of finishes. I've never heard this. I think I know what this is actually, but I just don't really hear about it like that often. But Jayden Almeida, is this dude? Are these heavyweights? 185. This isn't the Jayden Almeida, is it? It is. How do you explain that? But anyway, that's not a bad loss, I guess, in grappling. So he has some grappling experience. He's went against people with a lot of experience in general and finished a lot of finishes. He went to Brave and lost. Not a good look. Brave is one of those other pieces of competition around outside the UFC. It's so hard to say if this guy would actually win or not. There's so much wrong with his record. I'm going to go ahead and be against him. Apparently, he was supposed to be on the Contender series twice already. One time in September, then one time here. I don't know if he was the reason for those canceled bouts or what, but it's whatever. Really suspicious record. Don't like the look of that. But let's go on to the next guy. 6-0 American. None of these guys have nicknames. Mainly went. Here's the stats. This is one of the spots I've been looking for. Mainly has KO TKO wins, but also has a submission win. But let's go ahead and look. He has a lot of amateurs here. No names really. This name stands out for whatever reason. Okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have. Either way, he got all finishes. Went 5-0 in the amateurs, and then he also went on. I'm trying to look. Combat Night. I think I've heard of Combat Night. I don't know exactly if anyone's really came from there, but he has all finishes against people with, like I said, it's early career. It's hard to say. A lot of experience. A lot, like, experience and stuff like that. It's just hard to say. But although I'm going to go for the dude just because he's American and also because the other guy has such a suspicious record, He has more experience though, but also, you know, did good in the amateurs. He has a lot of finishes. This is at, is this dude a welterweight or is he a 185er? Let's go look at like one of the pieces of competition, just for example. 2 and 3. Okay. What is this guy's weight? I'm trying to find it. I'm so used to. Okay, well he fights at welterweight. So is this guy going up a weight class just to make it into the? I guess so. And then what's this dude? What does he fight at? We're kind of looking at all this together for the first time. Um, I usually use Sherdog, so that's why. Okay, he's a welterweight. So is this not a welterweight bout, or are they just fighting up a weight class? That's just weird. To go on, yeah, like I said, I got Donovan Hedrick here. Now let's go to Roque. Kind of, golly, I'm not even trying. 10-2 record. Looks like a little beast. I need to figure out where they're also fighting as well. I need to look at that more often to see if they're training with anyone that I would know of. Let's go to the bottom of the record. Went 1-1 in amateurs. Got finished and then also finished someone. Pause. Let's see. Thunder, quality. I haven't heard of these spots. But this is actually like not too bad. Some guy with a little bit more experience than a guy like, you know, 2 split decisions, so they could have went either way. TK. Felipe dos Santos. I think I've heard of this dude. Isn't he a UFC fighter? Yes, he is. Well, he's fought. No, he didn't fight him. That's the thing. All right, sorry. Let's look here. Modified rules kickboxing. So he's done kickboxing before. He looks like he does. He's got submissions, but everyone has like a submission in their early careers. So, but yeah, a bunch. He's got another submission here, a knee bar. He went and got a belt at Demo Ragnarok. That's a tough name, but I haven't really heard of them. He hasn't really. I think I've heard of Jungle. A lot of these other spots I haven't heard of, but also this guy's fighting still people that are debuting when he has 5 fights. That's more fair. This is more fair, but I wonder if this guy was any good. This is undefeated dude. It's alright. It's so hard to tell someone's early career. But also, he lost to a dude that is... I don't know, he's just been fighting. He fights at UAE now, I guess. He fought a very experienced dude. And the guy went on to do more fights. But anyway, yeah. So, again, these, like, Brazilian people, I guess because you have to fight more local, your record's not going to be, like... It's going to be weird. It's kind of like in Muay... I really want to go... If I ever had to go and, like, look at something like that, I would go and look at the Muay Thai scene in Thailand, because just these people fight like every week. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. They fight like every week. So hang on, what's this guy? Mexican, Emanol Rodriguez, also known as the Hitman, with a 5-0 record. Fought on the Ultimate Fighter. I think I remember this dude. I can't really. He lost to Joseph Morales. I think MMA Guru said that he technically won this, or he should have won this. Won by KO TKO. I'm trying to see. Do I remember? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. So yeah, he got the KO TKO against the Indian dude, and then Joseph Morales went on to be in the UFC, and he like completely dominated that other guy that shouldn't be in the UFC. The people were arguing with me on TikTok because I said that the guy that Joseph Morales beat. Let's go and look up his name. He also has fight news coming soon, by the way, so look for that. Joseph Morales fought, yeah, this dude, who he absolutely dominated in amazing fashion, and for whatever reason, this guy still got a UFC contract. I thought that was bad. I didn't think that should have happened. All right, but let's look at this dude's record. He went split decision with Joseph Morales, which is really big. No amateur looks. Going against people with more experience, TKO, KO. People with same or more experience. Going to Fury FC and getting wins there. I feel like I've heard of both of these guys. There is a True Leo or something like that in the UFC, but not this guy. And then let's look at this guy, Tyrell Hill. I thought he also sounded familiar. I guess just the last name. Either way, getting round 1 finishes, round 2 finishes, then went to the decision with Joseph Morales, which I think is a good look. Did I look at this other guy's record? Yeah, I did. Okay. And I remember that wasn't that great. I'm going to have Emmanuel for this one, just because you go split decision with Justin Morales, a very great fighter, a very good one, that is now in the UFC and won the Ultimate Fighter. That says a lot about you, so I think he's going to get his redemption arc here and get in the UFC pretty easy. Did this guy ever get cracked on the chin or anything? No, he's only lost to decisions. So these are two people I think that don't really go the distance often. Although he's went the distance a little bit. I guess we'll have to see. Golly, bro, they want to just. You really want that? You really want that in the UFC? That's insane to me. The state of this. Dana White just stops caring. I gotta make a video on that as well about Dana White doesn't care anymore. And my whole theory and prediction on that. What part of Russia, buddy? What part of Russia? I'm trying to look. It just says fighting out of Russia, born Russia. So. Alright, let's go look. They all got the same names and all that. His first fight ended in a draw. Lost to whatever that is. A lot of odd names. I mean, that's so fun about the regional scenes is that MMA series I've heard of. I've heard of MMA series. I don't know if they're that great or not, but I definitely have heard of them. Getting a lot of finishes, of course. Getting some decisions as well. None of these names look familiar. This is an interesting one. Open fighting, AFM. Yeah, like a bunch of finishes everywhere, but then gets a belt at AFN and defends it a few times. Where is he? I think if it tells me where does he train at? All Stars? I've never heard of All Stars. I don't think. I might have. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have like a Daggy over here, but he trains with Alexander Gustafsson. So a bunch of other people, Felipe Lima. So I mean that's fair. That's fair. That's valid. 5'3". All right. So as long as he's not Daggy, I mean, good looks. He has a bunch of finishes. He has a bunch of finishes. So only went to decision 4 times, but he's lost 2 of those. He's also been submitted 1 time. So there's that. And then you also have, where is this dude from? Is this a Spaniard or no, Ecuador? 16-1 record. Adrian Luna Martinetti. There we go. I can remember. Looks like he mainly gets. No, he has a lot of decisions as well. It's about 50-50. But all right, let's go look at his record here. Oh no, the amateurs are down here. So it looks like I think I've heard of Fantastic Fight Night, but yeah, he went 3-0, got 2 decisions here, but also got a finish that time. No familiar names or anything yet. FFC, I think I might have heard of. Rear naked choke punches. Went to decision against this dude. Let's see if it was a bad loss or not. I mean, whether it's bad or good, I mean, it just happens. I mean, that fat, out of shape idiot, or I can say retard, so that fat, out of shape retard from that fought Jusang Yu won, so shouldn't be in the UFC. That's so annoying. That made me so upset. I remember talking about that. I think a Hell in a Cell is a. Oh no, that's just the name of the night. I think that's why. Okay, anyway. Went to decision. A lot of decisions here. I've not heard. I think I've heard of this before, but yeah, let's just keep on going. Went to do grappling, so he's done some grappling before. He defended the belt a time or 2 at WUC. So pretty cool. Rear naked choke, armbar. Power off. My bad about that as well. Oh, he actually like got the belt a few times at UWC. Injury shoulder. I don't know. It could go to a debuter. A debuter. Are we serious? He's coming to the UFC after beating a debuter. Dude, people's MMA records and their stories on MMA are so funny. Did this dude have like a bunch of grappling experience at least? Nothing. Nothing? I don't know what to tell you all. Probably gonna go with the Russian dude here. Sorry to the Ecuadorian. And then we already know this little dude. Come on. Are we serious, bro? Why are we trying to add more of them into the UFC, bro? They literally ruin it. People in Dagestan have ruined the UFC completely in multiple ways, and they have the worst fan base possible because they'll just call you a casual or go watch kickboxing. Actually, mix the martial arts. Golly, this is terrible. 2 decision wins. He'll get a decision. If he wins, it'll be by decision probably this time around. Already not going to go for him. Let's just look at his record real quick because sometimes I have like suspicious records. He did Muay Thai, so I guess he has a background in all that. Championship in memory. Okay, so there's that. Um, Cup of the Governor of St. Petersburg in MMA. That's interesting. Governments holding entire like spots. That's cool. Anyway, this looks like a familiar name. It's not. It's not at all. Um, Fought at Eagle FC, of course. It's Dagestan. AMC, like the flipping movie theaters, bro. Need to go back. Anyway, he's winning against a bunch of people with decent experience. Last 2 wins came from decision, and these were guys with a bit more experience, probably harder to go against. Um, Probably, I don't know. He has like a bunch of finishes, so I guess we'll see. Let's go on to Lucas Caldas. Is this heavyweight, by the way? Yeah, this is 155. This is lightweight. And this dude's at a welterweight. What is going on with these weights and everything? Like, this is ridiculous. All right, 6-1 record. Looks like he has a kickboxing background, if that's correct. I don't know. 6-1. Oh, he has a disqualification loss, so it doesn't even matter. Illegal stomps. That is interesting. I wonder if they're. He's been at this promotion before, so he probably knew better. That's rough. I wonder how that happened. I look, would like to see that. I wonder if he got mad, lost his cool or something. But anyway, yeah, he's had all finishes. I don't really count this. I can count this though, this split decision. Although you can, it's iffy. Split decision's a little iffy. But Muay Thai kickboxing background, Strike K1. Don't think I've heard of them. Shudo Brazil. Looks like where he just came from. People with records. But it's fair. He was fighting people with more experience than them all the time. If y'all have any like critiques on like how to tell on paper if someone's like worthy or not, you all can let me know. But yeah, so it looks like this guy's coming from Shudo Brazil, which I think I've heard of. I think a lot of people have came from here, from the Brazil scene, or at least like fought here before. And now he's going against a Magomed. Yeah, that just sucks. It's just. But yeah, no familiar names or anything like that, but it looks like he's going to have a good striking match. This will be a striking match, most likely, unless this guy gets rocked one time and then starts only wrestling. I'm just tired of seeing these guys. Let's do something funny real quick. Let's do something funny. Where's his... Where's his gym? Does it not say his gym? Dang it. I was going to click on the gym and just look at how everyone looks the same. Dang it. Wild Chanko. Anyway, so I guess we have my picks now for all of this. Like I said before, Luke Ferdinand, Donovan. I think most of these, a lot of them have ended in finishes. So I think like a lot of these guys are big finishers, right? There's not really a decision merchant here, so it should be a pretty good night. Probably don't get to see the distance. These are happening later today, by the way. This is happening Tuesday at either 7 or 8. So there is that. I'll be doing a video tomorrow as well, going over the fights and everything like that, or I should be at least. The plan is to do so, and then after that, probably some YouTube shorts, going over predictions for UFC Rio since it is Tuesday. I'll probably do that Friday. Maybe do a recap video the next day as well. So make sure to look out for that. I missed an upload yesterday. It was just going to be a YouTube short anyway, but I was tuckered out. I think I can't exactly remember what happened. But make sure to like and follow or make sure to like and subscribe for more. Follow me on TikTok as I'll be doing stuff there. Hope all the Americans win. Good luck to them. Yeah, I just don't have much to say, to be honest. I kind of tuckered myself out reading all this. But there's one more week of Dana White's Contender Series. So if you want more recaps of Dana White's Contender Series and stuff like that, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be going over that and stuff like that because sometimes there is interesting experience on there. Sometimes some of these guys are college wrestlers. A lot of them will be college or high school wrestlers, and maybe one of them will be a sneaky little fighting nerd and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Follow my TikTok, and I will see you all next time. Peace, peace.